So, my opposition is flooding the airways with so much extraneous bullshit that I've been on the front lines of this for well over a decade, and I can't even keep up. It is meant to get everybody so confused and so frustrated that they just walk. So let me bring it back down to brass tacks, where my focus is. My focus is on Doug Mesner, aka Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. I've said over and over and over that I believe that this 1,000 kids missing in Ohio in 1 year is directly connected to the satanic Nazi pedo ring that they busted in September in New York. And I think that it's all connected to these satanic after-school daycares showing up every place. But they're already at your kids. If you look into that pedo ring they busted in September, they were online. They're on the gaming shit. They're where your kids are, you know? And so right now, these idiots are trying to say that this Thomas dude is controlling me and controlling my thoughts and feeding me information. But he doesn't even fucking know anything about Doug Mesner. And the whole thing with Issac Kappy, nothing's coming of it. Why would I waste my time investigating something that I know will never come to fruition? This Thomas dude I've only known him for 2 months. I've been at this for how long? And he's controlling my thoughts, you know? They also are saying that Thomas was QAnon. Let me tell you, Doug Mesner, aka Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, and his group is behind QAnon. And I know that. I figured that out when Matthew Taylor Coleman, who was a surfer dude in California who was a QAnon idiot, and they convinced him that his children had serpent DNA, and he took them to Mexico and harpooned them because they fed him this bullshit. That is a similar story. You see, the Satanic Temple was going to the SMART conference. It was a Stop Ritual Abuse done by Neil Brick. They would meet all of these survivors of ritual abuse. Then when the conference disbanded and everyone went home, Lucien Greaves and his group would send these women secret Facebook invitations to go on to secret Facebook groups. And they would love bomb them and inundate them with all of we love you and we're your friends. But the things would turn because what the targets that they focused on were women who had multiple personality disorder, also called dissociative identity disorder. And the situation would start to turn. And they would convince these women that there were evil, dark personalities inside of them. And the only way to stop them was to commit suicide. It was an incredibly effective way of neutralizing victims. Because the ones they didn't convince to commit suicide, which is usually not that hard, because survivors are very self-destructive generally, but it scared all the other ones into silence and into submission. That's what was going on. QAnon only developed because Pizzagate failed. What they did were giving situations where they could focus completely on it and get it all dismissed. You know, there was no child trafficking in a pizza place that didn't have a basement, but it was supposed to be going on in the basement. They have everyone running around with all of these misconceptions They discombobulate you with bullshit. They just inundate you with bullshit. Because eventually you'll get confused and you'll walk. But where I'm at, this Thomas dude, who I've only known for 2 months, and for the first month he was sending me information that I wouldn't open up. I was ignoring him. And so he's not controlling me. My goal in this is to bust this satanic Nazi pedo ring and help our children. I don't even have kids. And their focus on kids is because children are heaven's favorites. But now they're running around trying to convince everybody that this Thomas dude, and really, I've looked into this Thomas dude. Do you know why I think they're focused on him? Because they think he's an easy target. And, he's also Christian. Strong Christian. Pretty much like me, I believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ. Flat out. It's exactly what saved me. And I think that this is a war with heaven. I think that my opposition is fucked. Issac Kappy is gone. Nothing is going to come of his death. They can run you down every fucking rabbit hole, which is exactly what they do. But the focus right now should be on Lucien Greaves, the satanic daycare bullshit showing up in schools, and whether or not your children are safe. Because I assure you, they're not. And it's not Corey Daniels is an idiot. And all the people that fucking are associated with him with the Issac thing, obviously they're idiots. Why would you commit a crime and then run your mouth about that crime for 4 fucking years? People know what you said, and you want to know about lies 4 years later? They're really hard to remember. That's why I don't lie. Because I know the truth stays the same, but lies don't. So they can fuck off. And on a very last note, they'll bring up this shit about what happened when I was 12. I know, because I've gone on. I didn't realize that Dregs of YouTube 2 is a parody of an account that's Dregs of YouTube. And someone sent me a video that dude did of me. I didn't watch the video, but I commented on the shit. And again, this whole thing with Thomas is controlling David, Maybe he fucking wrote my book. Didn't know him a decade ago, but maybe he wrote my book for me too. It's fucking stupid. But they're really focused and they're running everybody down all kinds of rabbit holes. But the focus is, again, Lucien Greaves, the satanic daycare shit, and your kids being affected online. It's all the same shit. What was going on Epstein's Island on steroids. That's the reason why there's never been any resolution to this whole Epstein thing, and there never will be. It's not meant to have any resolution. I couldn't say that. That's this video. Keep your focus strong, They're fucking children up, and so heaven's gonna fuck them up. That's basically how this is gonna work. And I ain't gonna stop. And it's interesting. They have no respect for any of you. They call you eaters and breeders. They have no respect for you. And yet their whole focus in this whole thing is to try and convince all of you of bullshit. But whether or not you are convinced of bullshit or you know the truth, what difference does it make? It ain't like you're gonna do anything anyway. So I don't see the whole point of their argument. So I'm gonna keep going on the way I'm going on, and fuck Satanist / Luciferian Nazi pedo idiots.